You're not just preaching as a senior pastor. You're likely leading a team of people. Perhaps this team of people might be volunteers, or perhaps you have a staff. Maybe an assistant pastor, youth pastor, maybe you have a worship pastor and some others. Really what you're leading is culture. You're shaping dynamics and communicating values. My name is Ken Hensley. I'm the founder of Senior Pastor Bootcamp. I've been a solo pastor leading volunteer teams, and I've led churches of upwards of 20 employees. And I want to share with you a few things I learned if you're leading a church staff for the first time. I hope these three are very practical. I hope they're beneficial for you. But let me share the first one. And that is be intentional about meeting with each staff person one-on-one. These are not times for performance reviews. These are get to know you times. Sit down with your staff, if you have a staff, if you have key volunteers, and just listen. Ask questions like, how did you end up here? Can you tell me the story of how God called you to this church? What do you enjoy most about what you do? What's one thing that you would change about what you do if you could? And get to know them as not just a staff member, but get to know them as a person. Hear the heart that's behind why they do what they do and how they got called into ministry. Communicate to them that they are important, not just what they do is important. So spend time with your staff. Get to know them, learn their strengths, their weaknesses, sense of humor. That always comes in handy. But be intentional about having one-on-one times. The second thing I learned is to clarify early, clarify often. And by clarify, one of the best things you can do as a senior pastor is to clarify roles. Who does what? When do they do it? Why do they do it? One of the worst things that you'll ever hear in a church is someone to say, whose job is that? That's not my job. I don't know who does that. And oftentimes that results in ambiguity, results in confusion. Confusion is only a few steps away from chaos, and chaos often creates conflict. So one of the best things you can do as a new senior pastor is to clarify. Clarify who does what, to make sure people understand their roles and responsibilities. And if you're not sure what their role and responsibility is, find out. Go back to that one-on-one, listen. Perhaps you should have other meetings with other leaders. But who does what? What's their role? What's their responsibility? And your job as a senior leader is to remove confusion. You want people to have confidence in what they're to do. Who does what? Why they do it? And so clarifying roles. Talk through expectations. Don't assume that people know what's expected. Communicate, practice active listening. If I heard you correctly, I heard you say, and make sure that you are over communicating so that people are clear, because clarity, it brings peace. The third tip that I have found important, and I've practiced many years, is to praise in public, to criticize in private. Sometimes staff members think, well, staff meeting is where people come to vent. It's where the senior leader backs up his truck, dumps all the garbage on the yard, and then usually drives off and leaves it for everybody else to clean up. But one of the worst things that you can do as a senior leader is to criticize a staff member in public. Now, if they've done something that is beyond the pale, if they have attacked the dignity of another person, if they have demeaned another person, you should say something. But if they share an idea, if there's maybe a feedback that they're sharing or something of that nature, and you criticize it strongly, you've just told everybody else, don't speak up. Don't share your ideas because they're likely to get shot down. If you make fun of somebody saying, well, that's a dumb idea, well, maybe my idea is dumb too, and I'm not going to say anything. So be careful when you criticize. Feedback is good. Criticism can be hard. And then praise in public. Catch people doing good. Find things throughout the week, throughout the weekend that you can share in a staff meeting and say, great job. I saw you talk with that person. I saw you do that. And praise in public so that everybody hears these are the things that we value. These are the things that are important. These are the things that matter. When you come to leading staff, what you're really leading, you're leading people. Sometimes we think that we're leading positions, kind of like machines. I've got a machine that does this, I've got an app that does that. But your youth pastor, your worship pastor, she's a person. And so really as a leader, we are in the people business. And so learning how to lead a staff for the first time, we're always learning how to lead a staff. As we grow, we learn, we adapt, we change. But hopefully you grow over time to becoming the kind of leader that people want to work for. That's my hope. That's my goal for this channel, is to help you be that kind of leader. If you found this content helpful, as I say each and every week, click like, tell us why you like it, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. That helps us as well. Tell me what you think about this shirt, whatever you'd like to do. Hope that you have a great week and look forward to seeing you again soon.